What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you guys are doing good. Can you put one in the chat? Let me know if you hear me, because I can't see the thing around me moving. So, can y'all hear me? Yes, no, maybe so. All right. All right. Well, we're going to jump right into it today, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't got time to fuck around today. I got some family shit I got to deal with. Probably end up in jail, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about Operation Restore Justice. The Justice Department announced results of Operation Restore Justice. The Department of Justice announced the result of Operation Restore Justice and a coordinated enforcement effort to identify, track, and arrest child sex predators. The operation resulted in the rescue of 115 children and the arrest of 205 child sexual abuse offenders in a nationwide crackdown. The coordinated effort was executed over the course of 5 days by all 55 FBI field offices. The Child Exploitation and Obscenity Section, the CEOS, of the Department's Criminal Division, United States Attorney's Office, and United States Attorney's offices around the country. I got this video speed on the playback speed up 50%. This is a 7-minute video. Let's hear what she has to say.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. We have a busy day here at the Department of Justice, as I'm sure a lot of you have seen already. Today, we are proud to announce the results of the FBI's Operation Restore Justice initiative. This historic, unprecedented nationwide operation led to the arrest of 205 child sex predators. Unbelievable. In just 5 days. This was an incredible operation done in conjunction with the FBI and our prosecutors. Children and their families now have a chance to heal. These are online predators. Think about this. 115 victims, children, in 5 days.
Okay, let's see what remember. Let's think about what she just said. These are online predators. Okay, online.
We were able to help. This kind of work takes a toll on the FBI agents and the prosecutors who are doing this every single day. They are working tirelessly online, dealing with the dregs of our society, the worst of the worst, the people that hide behind a computer and target our young children every single day. Our law enforcement, our prosecutors sit there and deal with this every day to keep these monsters off the street. Director Patel and I, almost daily in our meetings, talk about these cases and what it does to our officers and our prosecutors, but also how many lives are being saved and how many children are being helped by this. Director Patel is going to get into the specific cases with you in a minute, but what I will tell you is these depraved human beings, if convicted, will face the maximum penalty in prison, some life. We will find you, we will arrest you, and we will charge you. If you are online targeting a child, you will not escape us. The FBI and the Department of Justice will come after you, and we will prosecute you. Parents, you have to know, this is so serious. Your child has no right to privacy on the internet, none. You have to monitor what your kids are doing, whether they're playing games on the internet, on social media, any other websites that children, teenagers frequent, an online predator can find them. I always say it's from instant message to instant nightmare. Parents, they're talking to your kids like they're other children, and they're not. They're predators. They pose as children. They get them sometimes to post explicit pictures of themselves after they talk to them. And then in some cases, they even try to blackmail the children. The suicide rate among teens ages 14 to 17 has increased as a result of this as well, because teens are taken advantage of and they're manipulated online by child predators. So all of you being here today and covering this because your kids, they think they're talking to other children, but most of the time they're not. Director Patel, thank you.
First and foremost, to the Department of Justice under General Bondi's leadership and all its components. Because of your courage, we are here today protecting our most vulnerable, our children. Thank you, General Bondi. Thank you to so many of your colleagues here today that do this work tirelessly day in and day out. and never get a moment's thanks. We should acknowledge all of them today.
Absolutely. Thank you to all these people.
As the FBI director, I'm humbled to lead some of the brightest men and women in law enforcement. And I want to thank our 55 field offices, our 90 plus United States attorneys offices, our CIOS section, our CRIM division here at the Department of Justice, and our field offices throughout the country with lawyers and prosecutors and agents working tirelessly on some of the harshest criminality we've ever seen. They don't take breaks because our children deserve a free and open society. I also want to just take a moment to emphasize the priority of this Department of Justice and this FBI. Our children. If you harm our children, you will be given no sanctuary. There is no place we will not come to hunt you down. There is no place we will not look for you. And there is no cage we will not put you in should you do harm to our children.
Hell yeah, buddy.
The prioritization of this administration and General Bondi has made it abundantly clear to child predators, you will be hunted down and you will be prosecuted. And that is a refreshing thing to hear for the men and women who do this work tirelessly. And it's also an acknowledgement of the safety that we look forward to bringing America. There's, as the Attorney General mentioned, there are a couple of cases worth highlighting. People in places of public trust have violated not only the law, but that public trust, to include teachers, law enforcement personnel, and other professionals that we look to safeguard our children have not only violated the law, but violated the trust. In Minneapolis, defendant Jeremy Francis Plonsky, a Minneapolis state trooper and former Army reservist, was arrested for producing child sexual abuse material while in uniform.
Whoa.
Not anymore. In Norfolk.
Did you hear what he just said? Let's rewind it in case you missed it. No, not right now.
Okay.
In Minneapolis, defendant Jeremy Francis Plonsky, a Minneapolis state trooper and former Army reservist, was
a Minneapolis state trooper and former whatever he said.
Francis Plonsky, a Minneapolis state trooper and former Army reservist,
former Army
was arrested for producing.
Was arrested. Love you too, bud. Okay, bud. Have fun. Don't put your ass in a compromising position. So this state trooper and Army reservist was arrested. Let's keep going.
Producing child sexual abuse material while in uniform. Not anymore. In Norfolk, Virginia, defendant Jose Alexis Valdez Sosa, an illegal immigrant from Mexico, again, allegedly arrested for transporting a minor across state lines. No more. Another example, right here in Washington, D.C., in the Metropolitan Police Department, Officer Linwood Barnhill, a former already convicted sex offender, was arrested again for exploiting more victims, more children, while on supervised release.
Whoa, wait, no way. Are you kidding me? An already convicted sex offender gets picked up on more charges of sex offense charges?
That's rare.
Whoa, that never happens because these guys are totally rehabilitatable, right? Fuck all that shit. Put a 1 in the chat if you think these guys are fucking rehabilitatable, and put a 2 in the chat if you think they should be buried under the prison. How about that? Let's do that poll.
These are just 3 examples that show you the extent and the depravity of these horrific crimes. And we need to team up together with the American public to find the rest. I want to give a special thanks to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children for the tireless work they do in partnering with us. And again, I want to thank the Department of Justice and all these folks here. And Pam, thank you for never wavering to defend our children.
Thank you. Thank you, Director Patel. And this ranges from, we have cases from California to New York to Florida, our entire country. And just in 1 week, again, 115 victims we have. 205 offenders have been charged in 1 week, thanks to the FBI. So think what's happening throughout this country. Children are being taken advantage of, and we have to stop it. Thank you for covering this very important topic today. Thank you.
You guys take a few questions. This is a really important topic. It's a press conference.
Okay, so there's a couple more articles here we're going to go over. Press release. Justice Department announces results of Operation Restore Justice. 205 child sex abuse offenders arrested in FBI-led nationwide crackdown. May 7th, 2025. May 7th, 2025, the Department of Justice announced the results of Operation Justice, a coordinated enforcement effort to identify, track, and arrest child sex predators. The operation resulted in the rescue of 115 children and the arrest of 205 child sex abuse offenders in the nationwide crackdown. The coordinated effort was executed over the course of 5 days, but all 55 FBI field offices, the Child Exploitation and Obscenity Section, the CEOS, in the department's criminal division, and United States attorneys' offices around the country. The Department of Justice will never stop fighting to protect victims, especially child victims, and we will not rest until we hunt down, arrest, and prosecute every child predator who preys on the most vulnerable among us, said Attorney General Pamela Bondi. I am grateful to the FBI and their state and local partners for their incredible work in Operation Restore Justice and have directed my prosecutors not to negotiate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Pam Bondi. That's what I'm saying. I've been waiting to hear that for so fucking long. No negotiation, no motherfucking plea deals, no bargains, motherfuckers. No bargains. Every child deserves to grow up free from fear and exploitation, and the FBI will continue to be relentless in our pursuit of those who exploit the most vulnerable among us, said FBI Director Kash Patel. Operation Restore Justice proves that no predator is out of reach and no child will be forgotten. Now, it makes me want to just cry, dude. By leveraging the strength of all our field offices and our federal, state, and local partners, we're sending a clear message. There is no place to hide for those who prey on children. Let that be known, everybody. We're not fucking around.
It's really, I know, it makes you that feeling like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Those arrested are alleged to have committed various crimes, including the production, distribution, and possession of child sexual abuse material, online enticement, and transportation of minors, and child sex trafficking and child sex trafficking. In Minneapolis, for example, a state trooper and Army reservist was arrested for allegedly producing child sexual abuse material while wearing his uniforms. In Norfolk, Virginia, an illegal alien from Mexico is accused of transporting a minor across state lines for sex. In Washington, D.C., a former Metropolitan Police Department police officer was arrested for allegedly trafficking minor victims. Let me take a pause here. Do you see who these motherfuckers are? Do you see who these guys are? They're everyday people. People we teach our children that they can trust. And illegal immigrants. And people of normal everyday life. This is getting out of hand, ladies and gentlemen. It's time we stop. Stand tough on pedophilia, people. Oh, hang on. I got to take my breakfast. Because, yes, I got to take my breakfast. See, I'm medicated, people. Yes, I take medication because I'm crazy. Okay? Just so you guys know. I don't just say shit. Oh, almost lost it. I used to take 3 times as many, so I'm doing good. Well, I'm paused on that. Let me give a shout out to everybody here. James Ottawa, thank you for being here, my friend. I really do appreciate it. Old Lady O, my mom, I appreciate you being here. Daniel Berry, thanks for stopping by. It really means a hell of a lot to me. Hardy Dad, yes on this question. You probably might want to because it could go really bad. I'm just kidding, but it could. Just saying. Alexis P, thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. Mater97, thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. Stiggy, thank you for stopping by. Mary Jane Doe, thank you for stopping by and saying hi, and I appreciate you all. I really fucking do. Just know that. Maria, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. 374 signatures on the motherfucking petition, ladies and gentlemen. We are rocking and rolling. We all owe that a thanks to Maria for starting this and keeping it going. Maria, from the bottom of my heart. %. Voice for Victims, thank you for being here. I appreciate you stopping by. What's up, Chapman? You are much appreciated, Maria G. I tell you what. My wife said you are an amazing person. Aw. My wife said she'll fuck anybody up in a heartbeat if they say anything different.
He's very kind-hearted.
Always, Maria. How many emails are you up to? Like 5,000-6,000 now? Maria says, thanks, Miss G2K. Love you.
You're welcome always, Maria.
And if you're going to be afraid, like, you should watch out for her. Like, I don't fuck with her because I know what she can do, okay?
No one needs to mess with her. She's so nice.
Yeah, for real. Because people are not happy with who they are themselves.
I know, but I'll stand up for her
Hell yeah.
forever.
In many cases, parental vigilance and community outreach efforts played a critical role in bringing these offenders to justice. For example, a California man was arrested about 8 hours after a young victim bravely came forward and disclosed their abuse to FBI agents after an online safety presentation at a school near Albany, New York. That child that came forward, huge hero of mine right now. Just 8 hours after she heard about this, she came forward and the motherfucker was arrested. That's what we're talking about, people. That's what we're talking about. To this child, I know she'll probably never see this. He or she will never see this. I bet it was. To this child, I'm sure they'll never see this or hear it, but you are a hero. You are a hero of mine. This effort follows the department's observance of the National Child Abuse Prevention Month in April. It underscores the department's unwavering commitment to protecting children and raising awareness about the dangers they face. While the department, including the FBI, investigates and prosecutes these crimes every day, April serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of preventing these crimes, seeking justice for victims, and raising awareness through community education and raising awareness through community education. I wonder who's been doing that for the last 3 years. The Justice Department is committed to combating child sex exploitation. These cases were brought as part of Project Safe Childhood, a nationwide initiative to combat the epidemic of child sexual exploitation and abuse launched in May 2006 by the Department of Justice, led by the U.S. Attorney's Office and CEOs. Project Safe Childhood marshals federal, state, and local resources to better locate, apprehend, and prosecute individuals who exploit children via the internet, as well as to identify and rescue victims. For more information about Project Safe Childhood, visit www.justice.gov/PSC. The Justice Department announces results of Operation Restore Justice. That's what we already covered. I'm trying to find a list. So, one up on the FBI. One up on the FBI. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. Petalwood is Hollywood. James Chapman, thank you, Miss GTK. Love you. 4,000 fucking emails. 4,000 emails that this lady has sent out with this petition attached to it, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody show some fucking love. Put some purple and blue hearts up in this chat for Maria. She deserves each and every one of them. I mean that shit. Maria. Big love, girl. Big fucking love, girl. CFM's Queen. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. I appreciate it, sister. How are you?
Who?
CFM's Queen.
Oh, yeah.
She says, hi, get to know brother. Came to say hi and hit the like. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, CFM's Queen. We've had a big jump on petition signatures. It's great. Yes. I've seen that. That's amazing. Listening in while I do laundry. CFM's Queen. Get to know, did you time me out on Martin's channel yesterday? I may have, but if I did, it was on accident. I meant to get the fake one in there. So I really do. If it was you, I apologize for that. Like, for real, Stiggy, I would never do it on purpose. I thought it was the fake one. Martine said he fixed it. I do apologize. Please don't forget to hit that like, friends. Hey, old lady. Mary Jane Doe, I live near Albany. Yeah, you got some fucked up people in Albany. Of course, there's fucked up people all over the place. No, he didn't, Stiggy. It was for, yeah. Mary Jane Doe, good to see you, Stiggy. It was Dot. Yep, it was Dot. Get to know. I am curious because I have a right to freedom of speech, as you know. Yes, I know, and I would never infringe upon that, and I would never stop you from having your right to say what you want, Stiggy. Would you ever did you go into Martine's chat and say that you think my book is my book is basically pathetic? Because that's what did it for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I timed that person out. Whoever that Stiggy was is the Stiggy I timed out. Even if you are accusing, I'm just telling you right now, like I did it because I did it on that comment. I went back to that comment and personally timed that comment out. So that's the one I timed out. So if you're the one that called if you're the Stiggy that was in there that called my book pathetic, basically, I don't remember the exact word you used. I think it was stupid or what, man? Then yeah, I did. But if that wasn't you, I timed the fake one out and I'm sorry for it. Whatever. GTK did it by accident and Dot timed you out as there was talk of her mother and she didn't like it. Oh. Stiggy, this is not the time or place. I know you're not accusing. I'm just enlightening you. Yep, Mary Jane Doe, the ninja. Yes, indeed. Okay, President Trump and the military alliance of the global. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's real or real there, Stiggy. Hey, get to know, brother. I am well. You are. I hope you are well, too. Actually, I'm not. I'm pretty fucked up, even though my face won't show it. What's up, Martine? There's a lot of shit going on in my personal family and, like, with my parents and a nephew and my niece and my sister and so how did CFM do in the tournament in the derby? CFM's Queen. It's always good to see Martine. What's up, Temper? Thanks for being here. That's what I thought, and that's the comment. The one that dissed Stiggy that dissed my book. That's the one that I banned from the chat. That's what I did. I got the sharpest fucking wrench on YouTube, and I'll use it, especially when you want to talk negative about me. So just remember that shit, everybody. What, babe? Yep, I got an itchy trigger finger. Trust me. I'll be the first to admit it.
And Martin will allow us to because we help for his own good, for the good of the channel, his channel.
That's right. Well, that's not very cool, Stiggy. You should not go to Martine's channel, but that's of course your own choice. I'm just saying. See, Martine even said that same thing before I even said it. Thank you, CFM's Queen. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. I really do. Martine says, hey, boss, Miss Boss.
Hey, Martin, brother.
The boss is boss. Well, that's the most important part right there, CFM's Queen, is that you guys had fun. Can't always win the Derby, can't always win a trophy, but, you know, at least you didn't take a participation one. There you go. I had gone to sleep before any trouble started, Stiggy, and I have discussed it with Martine. That's just how I know it was because there was talk of Dot's mom. If you love the content, thank you, Temper. If you love the content, tap the button. It's a free way to support the channel. Thank you. Thank you, Temper. Thank you very much for saying that, my friend. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Stiggy. I knew it wasn't you that was. I knew it was you. I knew it wasn't you that said it. So that's why I timed it out. So just saying. And I'm sorry if that caused any kind of confusion in any of that shit. But let's get back to the topic at hand here. Okay, let's stay on track. I got to keep myself on track here. I'm tired of being up here by myself.
Well, you better close that one out, man.
Huh?
You better close it out, man. And then start another one.
Well, no, I'm going to have somebody come up here who wants to talk about what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if anybody'd like to come up and have a conversation about the topic at hand, you're more than welcome to. If not, I'll be ending this here shortly because I hate being up here by myself. So there is that. I'm just saying. Let's read about this guy. California man sentenced to 10 years in prison for sexually exploiting a minor. Ooh, wait, what was that other one? Leaders of 764 arrested and charged with operating global child exploitation enterprise. Let's read about that one. What's up, voices?
Hey, can you guys hear? I'm at work.
Well, don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble. Come up here.
I got a big long break. I missed the first half, but I was like, I'm gonna tell y'all the story because it's like I'm so proud of my son, and it pretty much has to do with this. Okay, I missed the FBI part, but it goes along with it. So my son, you know, he's 10 years old, right?
Right.
And he has this friend. He's known since kindergarten. They always talk. So she comes, Liam's talking about how her stepdad is acting all funny with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, you know, first he's buying me expensive things and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, Mom, then he's like, you know, giving her kisses on her forehead. I'm like, okay, giving her kisses on her cheek. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, then one day he kissed her on the lips. I said, okay, I already know this.
Shit.
Right. And then he was like, and then he's watching inappropriate videos in the morning time, which you probably already can guess what it is, you know, stuff that's behind the current at Blockbuster, you know, and she's 10 years old. And then he's like, and then he's having her like sit on her lap and stuff. I'm like, oh, heck no.
Oh, hell, fuck no.
Yeah. And this is all going on while her mom is at work because she worked earlier in the morning. And then he was like, and then she said he started acting kind of funny because his mom started going to work later, you know, so you can't do all this crap anymore.
What's up, Penelope Peach?
So I'm like, Liam, you're going to have to tell the counselor about this, you know. He's like, Mom, I don't want to. I said, no, son, you don't want to, but you're going to have to tell somebody about it. So he's 10 years old and he's brave. He don't want to, you know, go talk to a counselor about, you know, stuff like this because it's kind of embarrassing. But he did it anyway. And so at first she was mad at him, but then his friend gave him a hug and said, thank you, you know, for telling, because I couldn't do it on my own. I was like, my brave little boy.
Oh yeah, that your boy. Tell him he's personally my hero for the day. I mean that shit. Like
Yeah.
it takes so much courage. It takes so much. It's so uncomfortable to bring that shit forward.
Yeah.
But so many people can learn so much from what he's done so far. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
So-
amazing. That your boy done 100%. G2K said you are my hero for the day, my bud.
Yeah. So I was like,
100%.
I got to share that with everybody and tell them the story. And I was like, I mean, I wish everybody was here, but I was like, if not everybody's here to hear it, so I'll just tell them who's here.
Yes, thank you for sharing. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
It really goes to show what a little bit of awareness and a little bit of education can do. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
So
So we don't have an update so far yet. I'm pretty sure the counselors, in Oklahoma, you have to contact DHS. We have like a zero tolerance policy for that.
yeah,
So he's illegal. And the thing is, it's like her stepdad is 24. So I'm like, I don't think his mom, like, you don't think it's weird that a 24-year-old guy want to instantly be a stepdad to like a 10-year-old kid? Like, that most 24-year-olds aren't ready to be, a stepdad.
yeah. Well, when you bring a step parent, a step child, a step anything into a new relationship, you raise. Now you guys really got to listen to what I'm saying. You raise the chances of your child becoming a victim of sexual crimes by 99%.
You do.
That's not saying that everybody who is a step parent or a step child is going to be a sexual predator. It's saying that you raise the risk of your child becoming a victim of sexual abuse by a step parent or stepchild by 99%.
And I don't even know if they catch him because they could get deported because Liam said, according to his, I know he's not here legally. It's like, yeah, they probably will pick him up and deport him then. Like,
Yep. And you know what? Good riddance, bad rubbish. Like you shouldn't be here anyway then.
good riddance. Like, if you're going to come here and do that, then good riddance. Yep.
Hell yeah. Like he's a double hero. He's a double hero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Taking care of pedophilic behavior and getting fucking illegal immigrants out of this
Yeah.
country.
And
100%.
so far, I don't have an update on my bill yet. I'm still waiting. I think, still waiting for the governor to sign it as far as I know. That's what it looks like. So no update yet.
Well, make sure you keep us informed,
I will.
Let us know, you know what I mean? And if there's anything that we can do to help and make sure that the right shit steps are taken.
I sure will. I'll try to keep an eye on it a little more. And I don't know if my teacher could help. Well, she's not my teacher anymore, but so since she's not going to be my teacher as of 5:00 today, maybe she can give me some more info about it. So, because it's going through her office because she works for the DA's office and they're the one in charge of doing the education program now. So hopefully I can give her some info. She can give me some insight on it.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
Your boy did an amazing job, and telling me I'm so proud of him, dude.
Me too.
100%.
Yeah.
He stopped what was going to become, and I can say this, I guarantee you what the next step is going to be, and it's not good.
Yeah, I know. He was either he was getting ready to do it herself or start sending her out to other people to do it. It was one of the two options.
Yep. So your boy definitely stopped a horrible thing from happening, and for that he will ever be a hero of mine.
Yeah.
100%. He's a child hero, and I love your boy for that, man. 100%. That's amazing.
Me too.
Hell yeah. You give that boy a big hug from local G2K, because you know what I mean?
I will.
That's important. I really do appreciate that, man.
I will.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a good mom and teacher, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah, he does. We teach him about all that stuff.
Hell yeah. The only way to combat and prepare our kids about this stuff and protect them from it is to educate.
Yep. That's why that bill is in place, so we can that's why it passed with flying colors, so we can have an education program publicly to educate everybody.
Mm-hmm. And I can back that 100%.
Yep.
100%.
Pretty much what it's for, and people who get trafficked in Oklahoma, you could go to prison for life, and there is no possibility of parole. We had that option. The amended was life without parole.
Good. And they should be buried underneath the fucking prison.
Yep.
100%. I'll stand behind that statement every single day for the rest of my life.
Yep. It's so bad here. Not just like what is it's just human trafficking in general, whether it's for labor or whatever. And then it's like so bad here. Like we have to have we have a special populations prison where we try to send all the all the SA offenders because they end up getting murked and they end up getting no longer walking with us if they get sent to certain areas.
Yep. No, and there's going to be people are going to start this like it started here in Idaho a few years ago with the segregation, with the separation, segregation, whatever the fuck you want to call it, of sexual criminals with general population because they do get hurt, and rightly so they should. But I don't think like it's going to start popping up in every state prison around the country over the next few years. There's going to be a separate prison just for sex offenders because there's so fucking many of them.
Yeah, we already kind of.
Yep,
we already have,
here too.
Yep, we got that. We already have that here.
Yep. Since January 1st, 2025, there have been 44 horrendous cases of sexual abuse from adults to children in the state of Idaho alone.
Yep.
Imagine adding in every 68 seconds a child in the United States is sexually abused.
Mm-hmm.
Every 68 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
It's bad here too.
Yep, it's only getting worse.
Yeah, but for me though, my little state, believe it or not, we're the #1 for domestic violence and abuse, and my state ain't very big. That is just it's my state's too small to be #1. That means like 1 every 5 women is like a victim of domestic violence for my small state.
Yeah, and it's horrible.
Yeah, horrible. Yeah, when I went to VPO court and the judge told us that, I couldn't believe that we were the #1 state for domestic abuse. I was like, wow.
Yep, it's horrible, but it's good to know that there's people out there, trying to fight this shit and make a change about it. And and I'm so glad that you're part of that.
Thank you.
I really am.
All right, guys, I gotta drop down. I probably gotta start doing some work. I had to sneak off and come into my room and sneak away.
Well, again, thank you for sharing. Everybody put some black and blue hearts up in, or black and purple hearts up in here for Voice for Victims.
Oh, and gray too. Gray is the color for human trafficking.
Oh.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I had to tell my teacher that. She didn't even know that. But yep, gray is the color for human trafficking.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Now we know.
So I was, looking stuff up for my presentation, and I found that out.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna be in the chat.
All right. Thanks for stopping by and sharing. Make sure you give your boy big hugs for me, man. I really do classify him as a hero on my book. 100%.
All right, I will.
Okay. Have a good day, sweetheart.
Okay. You too.
Yeah, don't forget Mother's Day is this Sunday, everybody. Mother's Day is this Sunday. If you got a mom, make sure you give her a hug. If your mom's no longer with you, just say you love her. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see. Leaders of 764 arrested and charged for operating global child exploitation enterprise. Arrest marked significant takedown within violent online network known as 764. I'm not even going to pronounce this name because I can't. Leonidas Varganianus, also known as War 21, a citizen of the United States residing in Greece and in Persian Nepal, also known as Trippy 20 of High Point, North Carolina, was charged for their crimes operating an international child exploitation enterprise in connection with a nihilistic violent extremist NVE network known as 764. Nepal was arrested on April 22nd in North Carolina. Varganianus was arrested yesterday in Greece. Well, this was April 29th that this story came out, so he wasn't arrested yesterday. But according to the affidavit unsealed on the 28th in District Court in District of Columbia, 764 is a violent online network that seeks to destroy civilized societies through the corruption and exploitation of vulnerable populations, which often include minors. The 764 networks accelerate accelerationist goals include social unrest and the downfall of the current world order, including the U.S. government. These defendants are accused of orchestrating one of the most heinous online child exploitation enterprises we have ever encountered, a network built on terror, abuse, and the deliberate targeting of children, said Attorney General Pamela Bondi. We will find those who exploit and abuse children, prosecute them, and dismantle every part of their operation. These defendants allegedly recruited others to exploit children and created a guide for the disgusting online content they wanted, said FBI Director Kash Patel. Let me be very clear about our efforts. The FBI and our partners are determined to protect juveniles from predators, and we will track down and hold accountable those who engage in these criminal activities. We will continue to work closely with our partners at the Department of Justice and bring justice to the victims of such cruel abuse. The allegations in this case are not only disturbing, they are also every parent's nightmare, said U.S. Attorney Edward R. Martin Jr. for the District of Columbia. The number of victims allegedly exploited by the defendants and the depths of depravity are staggering. Justice demands that our response be swift in order to ensure public safety, hold the wrongdoers accountable, and bring the victims some sense of closure so they can heal. As alleged, the defendants engaged in a coordinated criminal enterprise and led a core subgroup within 764, known as the 764 Inferno, operated through encrypted messaging applications. As alleged, they directed, participated in, and otherwise caused the production and distribution of child sexual abuse material, or CSAM, and the defendants facilitated the grooming, manipulation, and extortion of minors. Varganius and Nepal allegedly ordered their victims to commit acts of self-harm and engaged in psychological torment and extreme violence against minors. The affidavit alleges that the group targeted vulnerable children online, coercing them into producing degrading and explicit content under the threat of manipulation. This content includes cut signs and blood signs, through which young minors would cut symbols into their bodies. The defendants and their co-conspirators around the world used the CSAM and other gore and violent materials to create digital lore books, which NVEs used as digital currency within the 764 network. Traded, archived, encrypted vaults, and used as a means to recruit new members or maintain status within the network. The affidavit also details how the defendants instructed other members in grooming tactics and set content production expectations for new recruits. In multiple instances, the defendants threatened and caused their victims to engage in self-mutilation, online and in-person sexual acts, harm to animals, sexual exploitation of siblings and others, acts of violence, threats of violence, suicide, and even murder. Also, according to a complaint affidavit, the defendants exploited at least 8 minor victims across multiple jurisdictions, with some content traced back to children as young as 13 years old. The network's activities spanned from late 2020s through early 2025, with core leadership roles attributed to both defendants throughout the period. Fuck, it's fucking hot in here. I gotta get my air conditioner fixed. If convicted, the defendants face a maximum penalty of life in prison. The FBI Washington Field Office and the FBI New York Field Office are investigating the case, with assistance from the FBI Charlotte Field Office, the FBI Child Exploitation and Operational Unit, and the FBI Athens, Greece Legal Attendance, thank you, babe, Legal Attaché Office. The Justice Department's Office of International Affairs provided crucial assistance. Assistant U.S. Attorney Alexandra Hughes, Karen Ditzler, Shinskis and Jack Cobra of the District of Columbia. The trial attorneys Justin Shear and James Donnelly of the National Security Division's Counterterrorism Section are prosecuting the cases, with assistance from Assistant U.S. Attorney Eric Iverson for the Middle District of North Carolina and paralegal specialist Marissa Mondolini, Christina Hamill, and Jorge Castellius. This case was brought as part of Project Safe Childhood, a nationwide initiative to combat the epidemic of child sexual exploitation and abuse launched in 2006 by the Department of Justice, led by U.S. Attorney's Office and CEOs. Project Safe Childhood marshals federal, state, and local resources to better locate, apprehend, and prosecute individuals who exploit children via the internet, as well as to identify and rescue victims. For more information about Project Safe Childhood, please visit www.justice.gov/PSC. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I do appreciate everybody being here. I really do. I was going to catch up in the chat, but I'm not going to get into that bullshit on this stream. I'm just not going to get into the shit on this stream. But everybody, I appreciate the support. You guys being here and hearing what I got to say about this kind of stuff. It really does mean a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. Two things, everybody. Number one, remember, one child is one too many. Number two, tell your friends about me because you're going to want to know. Get to know. Later, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.